and happy Tuesday. Normally I go live on Wednesdays, but you're getting a special bonus training today. So welcome to a special edition of Networking Know-How. So why do I typically go live? It's simple. Here at Down and Dirty Networking, we want to help you network more effectively and stress-free with these weekly live trainings like we network in our Down and Dirty Networking online community. Now, I've got something really exciting for you in today's bonus live training. Today, we're talking about expecting something different tomorrow. But more importantly, what that will do for you when you adjust your expectations. So, if this is the first time that you're tuning in or we have not yet connected, I'm Laura Morlando, the Stress Commando, and I am the founder and CEO of Down and Dirty Networking. And so make sure you're engaging with me in chat, whether you're watching live or on replay. I love to get to connect with people from all over the globe. It's one of my favorite things to do. So let's have a more meaningful interaction and ask your questions, chime in, post your thoughts. And even if you're watching on replay, I do interact with you. I do read all the comments, so make sure you are adding them there. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull the chat up so I can see everybody here. Fantastic. Okay, so first things first, I want you to drop hashtag sneak peek in the comments, hashtag sneak peek in the comments to learn more about our virtual sneak peek event happening tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow, Wednesday, April the 19th at noon Central Standard Time. But I'll give you more information on this at the end. But if you want to learn more and you just can't wait, do hashtag sneak peek to learn more. I'll go ahead and put that up here. So let me add this for you so you guys can see it. All right, so let's go ahead and put, there you go. Go ahead and put that in the comments or drop me a DM with hashtag sneak peek and you will get all of the details. Okay, so let's dig into today's training. So one of the pitfalls many professionals make, and I'm guilty of this too, is having the wrong expectations when it comes to networking, especially when it comes to down and dirty networking. So today, I'm going to remove all of the awkwardness, the fear of the unknown. I'm going to tell you the 10 things that you can expect tomorrow at our Down and Dirty Networking virtual sneak peek event. But I'm also going to build in how what you're going to expect for tomorrow can really work for you in your other networking activities to where you've got the correct expectations, you get the correct outcomes, you are not disappointed. If you're an introvert out there like me, you're not having to worry about expending too much energy on that fear of the unknown. This will really solve a lot of that awkwardness and that fear for you and make sure that you are setting yourself up for success and not disappointment. Sound good? All right, let me know in the comments. I see a couple of you watching live, so thank you so much for that. All right, so let's talk about what to expect. And there are 10 things that I'm going to outline to really help you know what to expect for tomorrow's event. So the first thing that you're going to want to know is to expect to attend an event, not a meeting. Now, in traditional networking, the way we mostly understand networking, it's more transactional. And we're attending a meeting. There's usually announcements, there's usually a program or some kind of a speaker, or there are certain things that are going on through the meeting. Now, that's not the case at Down and Dirty Networking. So if you're doing traditional networking, you can expect to attend meetings that have more of those things in place. When you are attending a Down and Dirty Networking, it is an event. We do events, not meetings. And so that's a key distinguisher. They're typically very fun. There are no 30-second commercials. There's no anything. We get right into meaningful conversations. And the reason we do that is I believe there's two types of networking. Traditional networking that we all know, which is more transactional, but there's another way that I have been training and teaching hundreds of thousands of corporate professionals and entrepreneurs over the past 16 plus years is called relational networking. And relational networking is focusing on having meaningful conversations to learn from someone and about someone to build authentic and lasting relationships. At a Down and Dirty Networking event, you are going to have meaningful conversations. You are not going to have to worry about having a 30-second commercial prepared or what to say. You don't have to worry about any of that. It's curated for you. We do all the heavy lifting. You can come in and just enjoy a meaningful conversation in a safe space. So that's number one. Expect to attend an event and not a meeting. Number two, and I kind of alluded to this, is expect no fluff. We are cutting the fluff of traditional networking here at Down and Dirty Networking. We do not allow 30-second commercials. We do not allow speakers. We do not have a program. There's not going to be educational content. If you're looking for networking educational content, watch back any of these live videos or check out our YouTube channel. That's where all of the educational content, that's for free for you to help out to know how to engage in traditional networking, how to adopt a relational networking mindset, and what to do in relational networking. So we talk about all three components and give you some really valuable tips to really exceed your expectations of what you think networking can be for you, but making sure you're doing it in the most effective way possible and the most stress-free way possible. But at a Down and Dirty Networking event and inside our community, we are cutting the fluff. So anything that gets in the way of a meaningful conversation is fluff. So make sure that you know we are cutting all of the fluff. And I'm super excited because someone registered for the sneak peek and reached out to me, and I asked him, what are you most excited about for tomorrow's event? And they said seeing it, what it means to be cutting all of the fluff. They're really looking for that, and they were curious. I'm more in a collaborative state of mind. That's what I'm looking for. Well, that's what we're all about. Co-elevate, collaborate, and connect. If you guys can see that behind me. So that's what we focus on. And so that's something that I would encourage you to consider, that we cut all of the fluff. All right. So let me go ahead, and I see we've got some chat in here. Awesome. Put hashtag sneak peek. Let me go ahead, and I will, after the video, I see you on here, LinkedIn. It doesn't say who it is. So whoever's on LinkedIn, I will chime in and I will message you the link so you have access to that. So thank you. Private LinkedIn person, you will get that from me. Okay, so you will get no fluff. That's just something that you can expect. So there's no introductions, no sales pitches. We talked about that. So you're getting an event, not a meeting, and you can expect no fluff. Here's the third thing you can expect. You can expect to start promptly at noon Central Standard Time. This is not something where you can come and be in the back of the classroom and just kind of hang out. No, it's a hard start at noon. The waiting room will open 15 minutes early. So make sure you are logged in. No one will see you on video. No one can see you in the waiting room. But you want to make sure you're in, because I do a one-time admit all at noon. And anyone who comes in after I've done the admit all is late and will not be allowed in. The way that our event, because we cut all the fluff and we get right into it, it's very disruptive to have people coming in and out of the event. So we start right on time. I respect everyone's time and start on time, and I respect everyone's time and I stop on time. Now, I will hang out afterwards for anyone who wants to chit chat with me or has any questions. But as far as adjourning the event, it will be from noon to 1:30. It is a hard 90 minutes. So make sure you are not one of those late arrivals and that you actually get in. And that's something that we do. Now, on some of the other meetings, you can come and go. You might miss things. Some people will catch you up. Or if they are doing more traditional networking, they will allow you to still do maybe your 30-second commercial and what have you. So just know the rules of wherever you're attending. But typically people will let you in. And in a virtual space, sometimes you can just sit back and listen to what's going on, because normally there's like a program or a speaker. And I know a lot of people like to show up without their camera on so they can be multitasking. Well, when it comes to Down and Dirty Networking, I'm going to tell you, we want your video on. We want you engaged. This is a way to have a meaningful conversation where we can see you. We can see your energy. We can feel your energy. And because it's virtual, even though we can't see you in person, we're going to leverage the fact that we're virtual because we can connect with everyone around the globe. So we will start at noon, and I was super excited. One of our sneak peeks, we had 5 countries represented. So we might have that again. All right. So expect to start promptly at noon. Number 4, expect meaningful conversations. Again, something I alluded to. Now, our format, the way we do every event is a different format. And so we do have these virtual sneak peeks every so many months for guests to attend. Other than that, it's strictly members only. And so, like, for example, we've got a Friday night members only event coming. And then Monday, we've got another members only event. And the formats are always different for each of the events to really foster meaningful conversations, to make sure that it's not the mind-numbing torture of the same old over and over. So feel free to leave that expectation that this is about selling and telling. Leave all of that behind and be open to having a meaningful conversation. Be open to being able to provide value and to really talk in a more deeper way. And one of the things I can tell you that I've learned is there's so many people craving belonging right now, and there's so much belonging that's required that there's actually a loneliness epidemic. Cigna has actually defined it a loneliness epidemic because so many people feel disengaged and they don't belong. There's actually 58% of Americans are saying right now that they are feeling lonely. And if you're out there and you're thinking, I am feeling like I'm very lonely right now, if you think professionally you're sitting on that island of alone where you're the only one experiencing what you're experiencing, or you're the only one that can do all of the things that you are currently doing, I encourage you to be open to attending the sneak peek to realize what meaningful conversations can do for you to get you off that island of alone. You're not alone. You're not the only one. This might be the first time you're experiencing something, but I assure you, somebody's got some expertise to shorten your runway to success, to be your professional easy button, and possibly, just possibly, get you off that island of alone. And who knows, you might have that expertise for somebody else that you might be having a conversation with to get them off that island of alone, that island of isolation, and really be their life raft. So be prepared to have fun, be prepared to engage and have conversation with camera on, and be excited about seeing something slightly different than what you've experienced with traditional networking. This isn't the smoosh fest or the time to, hey, here's my name and buy my stuff. This isn't that. You aren't going to measure tomorrow's success of the event by how many business cards or leads you got. No, that's not what this is about. This is not traditional networking. This is not transactional networking. This is relational networking. So really connect with how many people. I really want you to measure it with two things. One, how many people you really connected, what ideas, resources you provided and received, but also where's your vibrational energy in this? My goal every single event is to raise your vibrational energy. We talked a little bit about this yesterday with Anne. So if you missed that, you can go back and watch that. But even if you're coming to the table with really high vibrational energy, my goal is to still raise that even higher. And there's a difference. If you've not yet heard that term vibrational energy, there is a difference between vibrational energy and physical energy. And physical energy can be really low, but your vibrational energy can be really high. For me, with what I experienced with the diagnoses of autoimmune and Lyme, I recognize that my energy is generally low sometimes. And when it's low, my vibrational energy tends to be pulled down with it. But the vibrational energy can be raised, and it can be raised so much easier than physical energy. And when this is high, everything else feels better. Things are more clear, no more overwhelm. No more overwhelm. So if you're sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed right now. Oh my gosh, so many things are on my plate right now, and I really just don't know how to handle it. First of all, you're not alone because I'm going through that too right now. And that's why I can't even tell you how excited I am that I'm going to be able to enjoy some meaningful conversations tomorrow to raise my vibrational energy, clear the screen and the cobwebs of the crazy and the overwhelm going on, and to refocus. So be prepared for that and expect that. When you're in traditional networking, if you are expecting people to sell you, you are going to be sold. If you are expecting for people to buy your stuff, I'm going to tell you, you might be disappointed because nobody likes to be sold, but everybody does like to buy. And in the traditional sense, if you leaned into traditional networking with a relational networking mindset, you would actually attract more people. Now, in down and dirty networking, it's not about sales. It's not about leads and business cards. It's about meaningful conversations. So come check it out, test drive it, see what you think. All right, number 5, expect to have video turned on. Now, earlier I talked about how some of the other traditional networking meetings, people will come in without their video on, or they'll sit back and kind of watch what's going on or interact in chat. You could get away with that. In down and dirty networking, we need your video on. We want to see you. And we talked about that. But here's my tip. If you want to show up powerfully and you want to be more attractive and you're doing an online event, show up with your video on. Be attentive. Don't be distracted looking at 10,000 things. Be really attentive and show that you are interested in seeing value in hearing others. This will raise your reputational capital. I don't care what event you're in, whether it's an educational event, whether it's a 3-day challenge, it doesn't matter. If you show up powerfully, strong on camera, locked in, free of distractions, it makes it easier on a speaker to see these smiling faces out there in the virtual land, and it creates a greater energy and you will attract more people to you. And tomorrow you will want your video on if you are coming to a Down and Dirty Networking sneak peek tomorrow, because that we want to see and hear you. That's just very important to us. All right, number 6, expect diverse perspectives. In traditional networking, sometimes there's an industry exclusivity or it's a single industry niche. That is not the case with Down and Dirty Networking. We prefer all industries. So we are not specific about being an entrepreneur, an athlete, whether you're an academic, whether you're a construction worker, it doesn't matter what your career is. We embrace diversity because we love what I call the 360-degree perspectives. The more diverse the perspectives, the richer and more meaningful the conversations. So if you're watching this and you're a corporate professional and you're not in sales and you're thinking, yes, but I don't sell anything, good, come to the sneak peek. If you're an entrepreneur or you're in sales and you're like, I need to get more sales and clients, I'm going to tell you, leave your sales pitch at the door, but still come. You're going to be blown away with how you can actually increase your revenue without selling anything. And if you don't believe me, watch yesterday's special edition Networking Know-How, the interview I did with Ann, because we talked a little bit about that. So just really embrace and be open to embracing diverse perspectives. And you're going to be surprised that some of your best ideas will come from sources you would have never, ever thought of. So have an open mind. Don't prejudge anything, and be ready for that diversity tomorrow. All right, number 7, expect to stay for all 90 minutes. We are a hard 90 minutes. Now, if you do have to leave, clearly I understand, but you're shortchanging yourself and you're shortchanging your conversation partners. So like I said, it's a hard start at noon. We will stop at 1:30. I will hang out afterwards to answer any questions or to continue the conversations with everybody that I might have missed and not had a chance to connect with. But it will be a hard 90 minutes that you have the most of the time really engaging in meaningful conversations. So be prepared for that. So you'll shortchange yourself if you have to leave early. So don't do that. You can't come late, but you can leave early. I would encourage you not to do that though. Now, number 8, expect to co-elevate, collaborate, and connect. So you see that kind of back here. We talked about that a little bit, I think. So if you're an experienced networker, please disregard everything you think you know about networking. Please throw out all of your past experiences. This is truly a fresh and innovative way of doing things. Relational networking is a concept and a method that I created and I've been teaching for many, many years. And this community is the only 100% relational online networking community. And the reason I know this is I went looking for one when I was first diagnosed back in 2017. And I really wanted to find a way to get reconnected in the virtual space since I could no longer really be out and about and doing in-person networking. And it wasn't until the pandemic hit where everybody else was really looking for connectivity and really feeling like they were on that island of alone, where they were like, hey, Laura, the community you were thinking of starting? I'd love to jump into that. So that's when Down and Dirty Networking was actually born. And so the idea here is it's not anything you've ever seen. I created Down and Dirty Networking because I could not find a 100% relational networking community. I found traditional networking communities that had a lot of relationship building built in, but the focus was still transacting business leads, sales, or job offers. It was still a transaction-based community. I wanted something different. I wanted those meaningful conversations to co-elevate, collaborate, and connect. So disregard what you think you know and come tomorrow with a fresh perspective. And when you're out and about doing other networking events, make sure you have the right expectation for what's being delivered. And that way you're never disappointed. Okay, so number 9, talk less, question more. Expect to talk less and question more. This is actually a core value here at Down and Dirty Networking. So don't come with a mindset that you're going to hold court and you're going to tell everybody about what you're going to do. You're going to pitch your idea, tell them about the new product and all the different ways that it can benefit them. That's not what this is. That we are cutting the fluff of all of that. Come with the mindset with questions in mind to learn more about people. You want to be very question focused. And I don't want to give away the format tomorrow, but I promise you, come with a curiosity mindset. Be ready to be inquisitive and curious and ready to provide value. When you do that, you're going to have amazing time. And then when it's time for you, be open to follow the instructions as succinctly as possible and make sure you leave space for others to be inquisitive with you. It's going to make for a much richer experience. And I promise you, you will walk away with a higher vibrational energy and with so many more results. So expect to talk less and question more. All right, number 10, expect a safe place to engage and have fun. Whether you're new and this is your very first time networking, or you're a returning networker because you just need to get back to it, or you're a veteran networker, you've been networking all the time, you're an expert, you're a pro, you know what you're doing, whether you're an introvert like me or you're an extrovert, we've got you covered. This is about conversations and we take all of the awkwardness out. This is a structured format that we will follow and it'll make it super, super easy for you. It's a safe space. Everyone's on an equal playing field when you get inside the community into the event. Don't even worry about it. Welcome to the family when you jump in and you will find what a safe space is. Now, I know as I say this to everybody, if I were you, I would be like, but you're trying to sell me on this. So you might be a little bit hard pressed to believe me if you don't know me. I can understand that skepticism. I would have that same brain. So I thought I would pull some of the comments from some of our past sneak peek attendees. Now, we always ask our past sneak peek attendees, on a rating of scale of 1 to 10, what was the overall value that they received from our event? And our last sneak peek event, we got a rating of a 9.09, which I'm super proud of. And here are just some of the comments we've gotten from past sneak peek events. So I'll read these to you. So this event delivered what was promised, much more relaxed, comfortable, and productive. No meaningless crap to listen to at the beginning. Got right to the important insights that I couldn't get just anywhere. This was impactful, inclusive, pertinent, and to the point. I'm leaving the meeting with something I didn't come with. This format facilitated connections, not sales pitches. This is not just standard old networking. It is a new and fresh idea of networking. No comparison to traditional networking. This was a much different experience building relationships. And then the last one I captured was such an enriching experience. Loved it. Now, I have many, many more, but I feel like those give you kind of a sense that this is different, that you need to expect something a little bit different. And my husband says if you keep your expectations low, then you're never disappointed. And I agree with that in a lot of ways. But I also think you get what you expect. So, and I, being the introvert, I kind of like to have a clue of what to expect. So it avoids the awkwardness and it avoids the excess energy spend that I'm going to have being in a room full of people. So I hope that this is helpful for you to recognize, first of all, what to expect potentially for attending tomorrow's sneak peek event, but how you can really look at your expectations overall when you're networking and making sure that your expectations align with the event and what they are delivering. Don't just feel like you can sell a room when maybe that's not the focus of the room you're walking into. So I hope this helps you kind of align things a little bit more. Now, if this sounds good to you and you're loving the idea of, Laura, okay, this sounds pretty curious. I'm curious, like the person you talked about that registered, what cutting the fluff is really all about, and can you do that and what it looks like, then I encourage you to put hashtag sneak peek in the comments and I will reach out to you and give you the link so that you can register for tomorrow's sneak peek event and attend. I will give you all the details. Everything will be in the link and you can access it. Again, it is tomorrow at noon Central. And so you're going to want to reserve your spot. You're welcome to bring a friend. The more the better. It's going to be more meaningful conversation. So hopefully you're going to be there. So hashtag sneak peek in the comments or drop a DM and you will get that to test drive our 100% relational networking experience and test drive what relational networking actually is and how it is different. Okay, networker, I hope this was helpful. If so, drop me a thumbs up or leave me a comment. Tag a friend that you think that this might be helpful for. Go ahead and tag them in the comments. And stay tuned because tomorrow's our original networking know-how, and it'll be a recap from the sneak peek and another live training. So make sure to stay tuned for that. We go live every Wednesday between 3:30 and 5:30. So just stay tuned for that tomorrow afternoon. But thanks again for watching. I appreciate the comments. I see people watching. LinkedIn person, I will be sending you your link. So stay tuned for that. And I look forward to seeing you at the sneak peek tomorrow. I look forward to connecting with you. And until then, happy networking.